All right, I think we're live. Fix this a little bit. Let me angle it a little bit higher. I think we're good. Right there. All right. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Here we go. Nothing but positivity. No negativity at all. I'm a chill guy today. This is what I am here to do. I am here to talk about the good in wrestling. I got all of my negative thoughts out in one podcast. That is the worst of wrestling in 2017 video. Recently recorded. You can go watch it right now here on the channel. The rest of this week, positivity. Absolute best. I am going to do my best to not mention a single bad thing in wrestling. Power of positivity. POP. Thank you guys for watching. Come on in, guys. Let's see who's here. Check out the live chat. Live chat here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Got us a nice audience. I like it. I like it. So today we're doing the top 10 best wrestling shows. That's pay-per-views. That's big events, extravaganzas, season finales. The best shows that defined the art of wrestling in 2017. The shows that I feel could make non-wrestling fans wrestling fans. The shows that I feel when I look back on 2017, I will remember it for. As you guys will know, as I go throughout the list, you'll notice a certain promotion or certain promotions are not here. The promotions who didn't make the list for any show they made, TNA or Impact Wrestling or GFW or whatever you want to call it now. Surprisingly, no WWE shows. Nope. No WWE shows made the top 10. None of them. If I was going to have an honorable mention, I guess Elimination Chamber. And that's like a maybe. You'll see WWE matches or wrestlers in future lists, of course. But in terms of a show, this has not been the best year for WWE in terms of their shows. Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views have not been good. Have not been spectacular at all. I might go out on a limb and say this is probably one of the worst years for WWE in terms of their pay-per-views. It's not good at all. ROH didn't make it either. ROH had a plenty, not plenty, but a plenty of good shows this year. Good. The problem is ROH happened to have good shows on the same year as NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Lucha Underground, who dominated this list. For the most part, all the shows that you will see come from those three companies. Only one slot was not those three. I guess you can kind of maybe kind of guess what it is. I don't think you will. Some of you probably figured it out. I think some of you will know. The hardcore wrestling fans will know what show I'm talking about. But again, no negativity at all. I am excited to bring to you your top 10 best wrestling shows of 2017. As you guys know, how I do my top 10s is I rank them based off of how much I appreciate it. This is not the standard. This is not the end all be all. Number one, in my opinion, might not be number one for you. Okay? Your favorite show, your best show of the year might not make the list. And if it didn't, please take this time right now to leave your best show down below in the comment section. If you're watching this after the live broadcast, live chat. If you're watching me right now, after we're done with the top 10, give me your best show. I want this to be interactive. I'm cool tonight. I'm positive. I just want to talk about wrestling. So if we're done with the preliminaries, oh, no, we're not. If this is the first time you're watching me, like the video, subscribe, and share. Of course, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Check out everything down below in the description box. That includes my PayPal or Patreon to those who would like to help out and donate to help your boy get a better quality for his channel. And if you really want to help improve the brand, buy yourself a Deluxe Man t-shirt right now on Pro Wrestling Tees. With that out of the way, we are ready to talk about the top 10 best shows in wrestling for 2017. So, coming in at number 10, came on the WWE Network. This is actually one of the first shows we got this year from WWE. Unfortunately, like I said, it's not from the main roster. None of the main roster shows made the actual list. But that doesn't mean content from WWE. Remember, NXT is from WWE. It's just not WWE main roster. That made the list. But this one, I was very proud of when I first saw it. I didn't have any expectations for it, but I instantly became a fan of everybody involved with this tournament. Number 10 on my list is the WWE UK tournament. Easily top 10. I have to give props to whoever produced this. Triple H, William Regal, I think found Scally the talent. I think Michael Cole also helped produce this show. So props to Michael Cole, Triple H, and William Regal for making this work. I think it was a huge success. It was supposed to spawn a WWE UK show. Never got off the ground. It was going to have Jim Ross and Nigel McGuinness on it. Just never worked out, which sucked. But the tournament did a lot of good things for a lot of people. And I think overall, I was very pleased with the tournament. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Commentary was Michael Cole and Nigel McGuinness. First off, if you need any indication on how much the main roster kills commentary, look at this show. Michael Cole has been known as the worst commentator in wrestling for years now. This show showed us, this show reminded us that Michael Cole is every bit as good as he was on SmackDown in the early 2000s alongside Taz and a little bit of JBL too. He's every bit as good. The problem is when he's being micromanaged by Vince McMahon and whoever is in charge on the main roster, he can't do his job properly. I thought Michael Cole and Nigel were awesome on this show. They put us in the matches in terms of who these wrestlers were. They did an awesome job of calling the spots, the action, telling the stories. They were the voices that helped us get invested into what's going on. So even though I didn't know who some of these men were, they did an awesome job of reminding me, if not reminding me, letting me know why wrestling is still awesome. And I'm so pissed off listening to Michael Cole right now, going back and listening to the show, reminding myself of how good he was on the show makes me even more angry to see how much he sucks on the main roster. Boo, boo. He's doing some awful, awful work on the main roster, boys. But this tournament saw the rise and debuts of some amazing talent. First off, the crowd in Blackpool, England. I think it was in Blackpool. And this took place, let me get the dates right. I want to give you the exact date, so I'm not giving you any misinformation here. I think the exact dates, it was a 2-day event. And this premiered on January 15th and 16th of 2017. That was the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 15th and 16th. Again, Blackpool, England, great crowd, amazing crowd, really helped the show. And we saw the premiere of talent like Trent Seven. We saw Danny Burch. We saw Sam Gradwell, Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight. Pete Dunne, who became a huge hit for WWE/NXT in 2017. One of the best parts of NXT, honestly. Mark Andrews, or Mandrews, whatever you want to call him. Mr. Tyler Bate, my personal favorite from the UK tournament. Love him. He is awesome. We got some other people who didn't necessarily sign with WWE, but made a name for themselves. Jordan Devlin, who was trained by Finn Balor, a.k.a. Prince Devitt. H.C. Dyer. We saw, let me see here. Where's Wolfgang? Yeah, there we go. Wolfgang. Can't forget about him. He did sign with WWE, I think. Yeah, he did sign. Okay, I think Wolfgang signed. Tucker was a sleeper hit. The match between Tucker and Tyler Bate was one of my favorite ones of the entire tournament. Now, the best one, of course, is Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne in the finals. But that match between Tyler Bate and Tucker, oh, awesome. If I have to recommend matches to watch, go out of your way to see Pete Dunne versus Mark Andrews, Tyler Bate versus Wolfgang, of course, Tyler Bate, like I said, versus Tucker in the main event of the finals. Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne, #1. You will hear about that match again. You will hear about that match all the week. I'm telling you. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne killed it. And by the way, they're going to have another match on NXT tomorrow. So be sure you tune into that. That's going to be really, really awesome. But yeah, number 10 on my list easily is the UK tournament. People in the live chat and the comments, let me know how you feel about that. Moving on to number 9. Let me see here. All right, I like this. So number 9 is one of the shows that helped New Japan Pro Wrestling basically take over the wrestling industry in 2017. When I do my awards, it should be no question who Promotion of the Year is. But to me, New Japan Pro Wrestling, I believe, took over. Now, WWE, in terms of marketing and, of course, revenue, making money, is still the king of the wrestling business. But in terms of characters, consistently giving us amazing shows and making us want to watch wrestling, making wrestling fun again. Wrestling promotion has done that better than New Japan Pro Wrestling this year. And this show, to me, is a prime example of that. They premiered a special called the G1 Special in USA. I think it was July 1st and 2nd. 2-day event, Long Beach, California. I think it was AXS. I think that was the name of the channel. Access. I think that was the channel. You're going to have to remind me, clear that up for me. But regardless, number 9 is definitely G1 Special and USA. Easily one of my favorite shows to talk about in terms of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh, shoot. Did I forget to get a photo for that? All right, let me go ahead and find it while talking about it. So this show has some controversy behind it, apparently. People aren't very happy with the commentary in it because, you know, Jim Ross and Josh Barnett, who was the commentators. And you would think, oh, my God, Jim Ross? Hell yeah, let's go. You would think we would be all over that, but apparently people are like, nah. No, this wasn't a good show. The commentary was awesome. I can't believe you let Josh Barnett be commentary and not Kevin Kelly and yeah, that's his name. It's Kevin Kelly and who he was. But yeah, that easily is one of the most controversial things that happened on the show. I didn't think, sure, maybe they could have done more research to, there we go, got a photo. But they could have done more research to put the show over to let their audience know who these people are. It was very clear. And, I don't like that photo. It's not covering up the entire screen. It was very clear Jim Ross and Josh Barnett weren't savvy to the people in the, of course, G1 Special. Regardless, it didn't hurt the show for me. I thought the show was awesome. It was a tournament to determine New Japan Pro Wrestling's very first United States champion, which you would think at this point, they would have enough championships. Wait, what happened? Did I accidentally say Kelly Kelly and not Kevin Kelly? Oops. You know what? I'm not even going to apologize for that because it was It was actually it worked with the rambling bit I was doing. Kelly and I know it's Kevin Kelly and what's his name. I really forgot what's his name, but I apologize for that if I accidentally said Kelly instead of Kevin Kelly. But yeah, they basically held a tournament to determine the new United States champion. Guys, I'm gonna have to go with that. I'm not a fan of any of these photos right now, but yeah, it was a well done 2-day tournament, and it culminated with Kenny Omega versus Tomohiro Ishii in the finals, which easily one of the best matches of the year. It killed. But we saw people like Zack Sabre Jr. We saw people like Tetsuya Naito. I think we saw Kota Ibushi. We saw who else? I want to be sure I get all these names here. Juice Robinson. I think we had Jay Lethal. Yeah, Jay Lethal, Hangman Page. Michael Elgin. Yeah, wait. Why did I say Kota Ibushi? He wasn't. I don't think he was in this tournament. I'm thinking of Sorry, I was thinking of the G1 Climax. I apologize for that. Botch already. We also had a match between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Billy Gunn. Championship. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that match was going to suck. I thought that match was going to bomb. Nah, man. It didn't. It wasn't bad. I wasn't hyped for it though. I wasn't. But yeah, it was still a good show overall. It was a success. It was a rousing success. Roseanne Barr, if you know who that is, by the way, hopefully you do, said she's a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan because of the show. It gained audience. Well, it had an audience, but it garnered a bigger audience here for New Japan Pro Wrestling. What other matches on here? I think it was Cody Rhodes, and yeah, it was Cody Rhodes, the ROH World Champion, and he was competing for Kazuchika Okada's World Championship, the IWGP World Championship. At the time, I actually thought belt on Cody Rhodes. I literally thought there is no way in hell they can pass up this opportunity to not make Cody Rhodes a uber heel champion for both promotions. Nope. They honestly for the best. I thought Okada easily was the best performer for that promotion and could possibly be performer of the year, wrestler of the year. That's to come. We have a big list for that. That's going to be hard. But yeah, one of my favorite shows this year, absolutely. Number 8 on my list is an NXT show. And as I said before, NXT dominates this list alongside New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is the first one of 3, and even though it's low on the list, do not take that as me saying it's a low-quality show. This show is far from being a low-quality show. Number 8 on my list is NXT Takeover Brooklyn. Awesome show. Awesome. And you should expect all NXT Takeover shows to be awesome. For real. I don't recall one bad show. I've had good NXT shows, like B-level NXT shows. That doesn't mean they sucked. They just haven't lived up to the standard as other NXT shows. But if we're at the point where the worst NXT show is good, is a B, not a B minus, but a B, that's saying something. This show, let me check out my grades here. I gave this show an A minus, I believe. I did. I gave this show an A minus. And that's standard. That's a standard NXT show for you. Just to recap what happened, this took place in Brooklyn. Of course, it's called Brooklyn. August 19th of 2017. And the night before SummerSlam, destroyed SummerSlam in terms of quality. SummerSlam couldn't compete. We saw Johnny Gargano take on Andrade Cien Almas in an amazing opening match. Easily one of the best openers this year. Easily. I don't think I'm trying to think of, because New Japan Pro Wrestling's openers aren't that great. I'll be real with you. It progresses as time goes by, the show quality, of course, because they save the best matches for last. But they open up with random matches, and usually they're not that great. NXT TakeOver opened up hard with an awesome match. And although Johnny Gargano lost, he lost in a way that progressed his character and advanced his story, with Zelina Vega throwing a t-shirt of DIY Tommaso Ciampa into the ring and distracting him. Awesome stuff. We also saw the Authors of Pain lose their tag team championships to Sanity. Shocking victory for Sanity. We saw Red Dragon come in afterwards and attack Sanity. And then we got to see Aleister Black take on Hideo Itami with Jim Ross on commentary alongside Nigel McGuinness. Awesome match. We saw Asuka take on Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship, and match of the night, by the way. Easily match of the night. Asuka beat Ember Moon, would go on to vacate the championship because of injury and move up to the main roster. And I kind of wonder if that was a work just to get that belt off of her. But easily match of the night. And you might see Asuka versus Ember Moon again. You might. You might. I'm just saying. Main event was Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre. Match was good. It wasn't anything to talk about, really. It was a good match. I thought both men went in there and performed on a passable. Drew McIntyre wins the NXT Women's Championship. Wow. Whoa. NXT Women's Championship. All right. No. Sorry. He wins the NXT Championship. And he I think he gets attacked. Yeah, he got attacked by Adam Cole. That's right. The debut of, hold on, let me do this right. I want you guys to see me when I do it. All right, you ready? The debut of Adam Cole, baby! He came out and attacked him with Red Dragon behind him, and this was the formation of the Undisputed Era. At first, I didn't like the tag team name because it was wordy. Undisputed Era? Like, okay, like, can we just call them Era? No, we gotta go with Undisputed Era. I do like that. I do like the sign. I do like the t-shirts. It might grow on me. I'm still kind of about it. But overall, amazing show. Shows this year, and I was happy to see what NXT brought to the table in Brooklyn. NXT Takeover Brooklyn never fails. It never fails. When your worst match is good, again, when the quality of your worst match is good, that just goes to show you what kind of an awesome show this was. But here we go. Moving on to number 7. I believe number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I was going to say it was another NXT show. It's not. It's a New Japan show. Another New Japan Pro Wrestling show. This one, again, after seeing Wrestle Kingdom, which you know is on this list, much higher, by the way. After seeing Wrestle Kingdom, I knew I had to check out New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I saw Sakura Genesis. That had the main event of Okada and which, we gotta talk about that match. We will talk about that match. I promise you later on this week. But after Genesis, I had to see Dominion. And after seeing Dominion, I was not disappointed. And as a result of seeing it, it easily ranks as a top 10 list. As one of the top 10 wrestling shows on this list. Easily. Number 7 is New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion 2017. Premiered June 17th of 2017 in Osaka, Japan. What could arguably be New Japan Pro Wrestling's second biggest show of the year. It had some amazing matches on here. Again, not a bad match on this card. It's kind of like NXT. Like I said with NXT, if the worst match on your card is solid, you know, it's not amazing, but it's solid. You were entertained. Start. You know, we saw the Young Bucks defeat Roppongi Vice to win their, what is their second or third IWGP Junior Tag Team titles? I think it's their second. I'm going to go with second. It probably is their third. I don't remember. We saw the Gorillas of Destiny. Gorillas of Destiny. By the way, I think Camacho, who used to be Camacho in NXT, is in this group. Yeah, he is. I think they're both Samoan, if I'm not mistaken. But Gorillas of Destiny defeated War Machine. Really good match. Cody beat Michael Elgin. Solid match. I think Kushida took on Takahashi, not Tanahashi, but Takahashi for the IWGP. He won that. I remember this match. Minoru Suzuki. Oh, Suzuki going. Suzuki took on Goto. Oh, this match was hard hitting. I don't think I've ever become a fan of a wrestler so fast as I have Suzuki. He is a crazy lunatic, and he is awesome. He is great. Of course, you had actually taking on Tetsuya Naito, one of the best matches this year, without question. This match. Of course, the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tanahashi, would have one of the best matches. That makes sense. And Tanahashi is credited for saving New Japan Pro Wrestling in a time when nobody was watching it. It was low on money. He was the John Cena for this promotion. And Tetsuya Naito, the story of him holding that championship and basically mistreating it. And when I say mistreating it, I mean like throwing it, tossing it, breaking it, smashing it on the ground, throwing it inside the ring, spitting on it. He probably pissed on it at some point. He treated that belt like crap. He showed no respect to the championship. And the story was he felt New Japan Pro Wrestling had too many championships. They had too many championships, and he felt having an IC championship was a disgrace. And so he treated it like crap. And that was the whole story. People wanted Hiroshi Tanahashi to get that belt off of him so he can bring prestige back to the belt and, make it prestigious again. And he beat Naito and got the belt off of him. To my dismay, I actually love Tetsuya Naito, and I was kind of hoping he would be champion forever, but that's okay because what happens later on in the year, it makes up for it. It does. So, apparently, okay, someone's telling me that's not why he mistreated the belt. All right, if you guys know why he mistreated the belt, please let me know. I thought it was because there were too many championships. That's why he was mistreating it. He showed no respect to it. If there's another reason why Tetsuya Naito was mistreating the belt, please let me know. Again, I don't follow New Japan as strongly as I would love to because I don't have the network, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Network. I might need to get it because I hear 2018 is about to be it for New Japan. All right, main event. What put this show over the edge for me is easily one of the best matches I've seen from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Hell, I might even say I've seen in my life. The main event, Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada Part 2. Outstanding. Fantastic. Stupendous. 5 stars. In Dave Meltzer's case, 6.5 stars. What is it? 6 1/4? 6.5 stars, 6 1/4. I don't know. The series of matches involving Kenny Omega and Okada broke the scale. Their matches were so good, they broke Dave Meltzer's scale. That should tell you how good these matches are. I don't think necessarily, I'll say it this way. Is this one of the best matches I've seen this year? Absolutely. Is it one of the best matches that you can argue to take place in wrestling history? Yeah, you can argue that too. I don't know. I don't really know if we can sit here and say scale. Because if this broke the scale, then quite frankly, many other matches should have broke the scale. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? I have seen matches in my life from WWE, WWF that are just as good as this match. And we can have a debate on whether or not 6 stars, 7 stars is logical or not. But to me, regardless of how you see it, Omega and Okada tore it up. It went to a 1-hour time limit draw. That's how much this story, this feud had so much weight to it. It had so much weight to it that they were able to carry a match for an hour, and I wasn't bored one time. 1 second. Because everybody was talking about their first match at Wrestle Kingdom. And people were calling it one of the greatest matches of all time. Dave also gave it 6 stars. And it had so much hype that the rematch was going to happen. And we all felt, Omega just needed to hit his finisher, the one-winged angel. He just needed to hit Sephiroth. Sorry. The one-winged angel. And that would have been it. He would have beat him. We knew that this guy could beat Okada if he hit that one move. And throughout the entire match, that was the story of the match. I need to hit one-winged angel. One-winged angel. One-winged angel. And he couldn't hit it. Couldn't hit it. But Okada could not put away Omega. Couldn't put him away. And it ended up in a draw. Amazing. Amazing. One of the best matches I've seen in a long, long time. Okay, so before I go, I need to read this fan's comment real quick. Before I move on. Apparently, the reason why Naito mistreat the belt, this is from West Nile 21, is because he felt the fans and New Japan Pro Wrestling turned on him when they voted for Nakamura and Tanahashi to main event Wrestle Kingdom 8 instead of Naito and Okada. So basically, he wanted a spot, didn't get it, and so he took his anger out on the belt? Huh. I guess that's why it happened. Someone confirmed that for me. I think, wait. Okay, people are saying that's exactly the story that happened. Because Travis Dalton is saying the same thing. He wanted the main event spot at Wrestle Kingdom 8, and so he didn't get it, so he's pissed off. He adds more weight to the main event. Yeah, it adds a lot more weight to that main event scene. Because I'm not seen as a main event player. I don't respect you or your championships because you don't respect me. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for clearing up that story for me. That actually works a lot better. That makes him more of a badass. Man, no wonder people like Naito. All right, let's move on. So we're going on to number 6. Yes, number 6. To NXT for number 6. And it took me some time to organize which NXT shows deserve to be higher than others. I think I got this one right. NXT Takeover Chicago easily comes in at number 6. This show was crazy. Crazy from top to bottom. Like, where do I start? I mean, let's start from the top. We had Roderick Strong taking on, I think, Eric Young in a very solid match. It was solid. It was stiff. Again, when the worst match on your show is solid or good, you know we're off to a good start. They had a very solid match. It was stiff. We saw the debut of Roderick Strong's, what was it called again? End of Heartbreak? Is it End of Heartbreak or End of Heartache? I think it's called End of Heartache. It was that suplex into a backbreaker. It was amazing. Thank you. End of Heartache. Thank you to the fan who corrected me on that. But yeah, man, solid match for Roderick Strong. We go on to Jim Ross, who came out. We saw Jim Ross a lot this year, the more I think about it. He came out to do the UK Championship. Here they are again, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. This match let me say this. Their UK tournament match, fantastic. When I tell you this match was in that match, would be crazy. If you haven't seen it, you would be crazy if you did not go out of your way to see this. You need to see this match. And when I do my top 10 best matches of 2017, yes, this match will be on there. Where it ranks is a surprise, but this match has to be on there. I gave this match an A+. This is a classic. You know, this is one of those matches that defines an era. This is one of those matches that when you look back on NXT coming up and you see how NXT is becoming a better promotion or a better brand on top of Raw and SmackDown, this is the match you look back on. This is one of the matches you look back on. You look back on it with Bayley and Sasha Banks. You look back on it with Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn, or Sami Zayn and Neville, or Sami Zayn and Cesaro. You look back on it with Natalya and Charlotte, with Charlotte and Sasha Banks. You will look back on it with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Classic. Amazing, amazing match. And some people in the live chat are calling it match of the year. Not match of the night. We all know it's match of the night, but match of the year. Is it match of the year? We will find out. And best matches later on this week. But if you have not seen this match, go watch it. Pause this video and go watch it right now. Not later, but right now. You better go watch it. It's an awesome, awesome match. We also got a lot of great matches on here. We got Asuka taking on Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross in a triple threat match for the Women's Championship. Great match. Asuka retains, of course. She held that belt for a long time, over 500 days. We had Bobby Roode retaining against Hideo Itami in a really good match. Heartbroken I was to see Hideo Itami not win the NXT Championship. He then got moved to the main roster. Oh, I hope they treat him right. I really do. Main event was the NXT Tag Team Championship ladder match between AOP and DIY, aka Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Former NXT Tag would lose it to AOP and then get their rematch. This match, when I tell you this match hit all kinds of emotions with me, you have no idea. Those of you who remember this match, Johnny Gargano took a ladder to the face for Tommaso Ciampa. He sacrificed himself for Tommaso Ciampa. He gave his life. He took a bullet for Tommaso Ciampa. Only for this sadistic bastard. After they lost the match because AOP is too freaking dominant, they couldn't take him on. They were too good. After all of that, Tommaso Ciampa turned on Johnny Gargano and put him through a table, put him out for at least a couple weeks, maybe to at least a couple of weeks to a month. Tommaso Ciampa goes away. He was injured. He got injured. He goes away, and we've been salivating, waiting, bated breath for this guy to come back so we can do what I think is going to be the feud of the year in 2018. 2018, ladies and gentlemen, might be one of the best years in wrestling. I'm telling you right now, if you look at what they're doing right now, feud of the year is going to be, it's going to be a competition. We got Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. We got Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon if they have a match. Apparently, they're going to have a match. I'm not too sure. I'm not confirming that right now. We're doing Okada and Chris Jericho. We're doing many other things. Who knows what's going to happen? I think we're in for a hell of a year next year. 2017, you kind of felt wasn't going to be good for WWE. But in terms of other promotions like NXT and New Japan Pro Wrestling, it was great. It was awesome. And so maybe WWE can step up to the plate. But I am dying to see what they do with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. This is going to be great. What happened? Did I say Omega And Okada again? Oops. Sorry, I meant to say Omega and Jericho. So, Omega and Jericho. My bad. My bad. It was a botch. I was just very excited talking about it. So, in 2018, Omega and Jericho, not Okada. Okada and Omega, I think, dominated this year. Regardless, let's keep going. What's number 5? Number 5 on the list is okay. So this is the odd entry. This is the one that people have been trying to guess. Like, okay, if it's not New Japan Pro Wrestling or NXT, what show is it? I think some of you guessed it. PWG. PWG's Battle of Los Angeles comes in at number 5. I'll be real with you. I don't think I've actually checked out any of the BOLA tournaments before this year. I've seen matches from the tournament, but I actually never checked out the entire tournament. So yeah, number 5, easily. Battle of Los Angeles for PWG. And here's what I'm going to do. It was a three-night event. It's a 24-man tournament. The King of the Ring tournament spread over 3 nights, featuring some of the best wrestlers in the Indies. And I'm talking people like Phoenix, Ray Phoenix, Ray Horace, a.k.a. as Dreka, El Dragon Azteca Jr. I can speak English. El Dragon Azteca Jr., Jeff Cobb, a.k.a. Matanza, Sami Callihan, Matt Riddle, Michael Elgin, the Elite, Ricochet, Keith Lee, bask in my glory, Donovan Dijak, and I think that's everybody. Brian Cage. Yeah, it had a lot of good wrestlers. I know I'm missing a few, but those are the ones I can think of right now. Yeah, guys, this show is amazing. I'll tell you, if you have the money, buy the DVD. If you can't buy the DVD, find it. How some way, watch it. Watch it. All 3 nights. Don't miss a single match. Do not miss a single match. If you have to pick and choose matches to watch because it is long, it's a very long show. I think it's like 6 hours. If you don't want to sit through 6 hours, I completely understand. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you top 10 matches for you. I'm going to give you a list of matches you should watch. You can skip all the rest of the tournament matches. You should watch these matches. In no particular order. They're not ranked. I'm just giving you 10 matches to watch. Go out of your way to see Desmond Xavier. Yes, that's right. Desmond Xavier taking on Brian Cage. Ray Phoenix versus Ray Horace, a.k.a. Phoenix versus El Dragon Azteca Jr. from Lucha Underground. Jeff Cobb versus Sami Callihan, or Matanza versus Jeremiah Crane. Matt Riddle versus Michael Elgin. The Elite, the Elite, a.k.a. Young Bucks and Kenny Omega taking on Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, and I think that's how you say his name. I'm going to go with that. Ricochet versus Desmond Xavier. Ray Phoenix versus Zack Sabre Jr. Please see that match. You gotta see that match. Keith Lee versus Ray Phoenix. Keith Lee versus Ricochet versus Jeff Cobb, the finals of the tournament. And then for me, the highest recommendation out of all these matches you need to see versus Donovan Dijak. That match, and we've seen amazing matches on the show. This match has a plethora of amazing matches. That match between Keith Lee and Donovan Dijak, we're talking about people who are above 6 feet tall, who are above 200 pounds. They're not cruiserweights. But these men did some crazy groundbreaking moves in this match. You got to see Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijak. And this match made me a fan. Of Donovan Dijak. It is easily one of the best matches this year. Easily. You got to see it. You got to see Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijak. I promise you, when you see it, you will thank me. It is easily, hands down, one of the best matches this year. But yeah, great tournament. And of course, the guy you see on the screen, Ricochet, won the tournament. He got a shot at the PWG World Championship and won it, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he still has it or not. I haven't been keeping up with PWG all that much, but I'm happy I saw this tournament. It was an amazing tournament, and congratulations to Ricochet for winning his second. Yeah, this was his second Battle of Los Angeles tournament. See, tournaments like this make me miss King of the Ring. Why can't we do King of the Ring? Maybe not in WWE. Screw it. Do it in NXT. Why are we not doing King of the Ring? Because this is basically King of the Ring done right. What else can I say? Yes, you can watch it. Those of you asking where can you watch this show, tell you what, find me on Twitter. I'll help you out. I'll hook you up. Let's see here. All right. Number 4. At NXT for number 4. I think this is the final NXT show on this list. Yes, it is. This is the best one for me. It might be the result of bias because I was there, but regardless, it's kind of hard not to call this the best show from NXT this year. Wargames comes in at number 4 as one of the best shows in 2017. My goodness, what a show. I cannot tell you how. The only bad thing about this show, let me pull up the picture real quick. I hope you guys can see this picture. There it goes. The only bad thing about this show was the crowd. I feel like not having a full audience distracted from the show. I don't even know why it didn't sell out. This is one of those shows I felt deserved to sell out. But at the same time, like, why would people buy a ticket to NXT when they had to pay $110 to go to Survivor Series? Jesus Christ. Why are you making them pay so much for a freaking ticket? Regardless, I personally thought this should have sold out. Yeah, man, NXT Takeover Wargames. The best NXT Takeover show this year, in my personal opinion. We saw Lars Sullivan, and Lars Sullivan beat Cassius Ohno in a very well-built match because Lars Sullivan is NXT's version of Brock Lesnar. Ironically, I think Lars Sullivan trained with Brock Lesnar, so I think that's very fitting. And from that point forward, we saw nothing but amazing matches. Fantastic matches. One of the best matches of the year was Velveteen Dream versus... My goodness. Velveteen Dream has to be one of the best characters in wrestling this year. I think I might have just said something I didn't realize was the truth. Yeah, that statement. Would you call Velveteen Dream one of the best characters in wrestling this year? Because I'll be debuted at it when he first debuted as the flamboyant Prince, Michael Jackson character. I'll probably say Prince more than anything else. That unique personality. Not too sure what he was trying to be. It took me a while to figure out, in my personal opinion, what exactly he was. After a while, it clicked. And this match was the culmination of everything that he did. The build of his character, the booking of it, the writing for it. This is the night Velveteen Dream became a star. And honestly, he is more than ready for the main roster. But you know what? I hope he stays on NXT. I hope he stays on NXT and gets a run for that NXT championship or an NXT championship. Give him something. Velveteen Dream is amazing. He held his own against Aleister Black. Patrick Clark found something. He found the gold mine. He needs to stick with it. I hope he does something. With this gimmick. But it's the night. People can argue it is the best match of the night. I think I called it best match of the night. The match that rivaled it was Wargames. Wargames, the main event. Oh my God. 3 teams. Classic Wargames. Loved it. Undisputed Era. Sandy with Roderick Strong, and who was the other? Oh, AOP. No, it was AOP. What am I talking about? AOP with Roderick Strong. I'm sorry, Roderick Strong and Sandy. Sandy, Undisputed Era, and then AOP with Roderick Strong. Sorry about that. I'm botching a lot. Quit botching. No more botches, I promise. Yeah, right. But yeah, absolutely. That is definitely the main event. That you got amazing main event. But yeah, the rest of the card was great too. I loved Ember Moon winning the women's championship. That was really cool. Loved the NXT championship match between Drew McIntyre and Andrade Cien Almas. Great stuff. I honestly do believe, in my personal opinion, this is the best NXT show this year. And it's all due to matches between Black and Dream and that War Games match. Like it's hard to not love this show. So I loved it, and it was great going there live. I was there live, by the way. It's good stuff all around. All right. Oh, and someone just asked me how I feel about Asuka handing the championship to Ember Moon. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good wrap up for what they could do. I know people are upset. They are upset that Asuka did not lose to Ember Moon. It's for the best. Overall, it was the right move to make. I felt like maybe she should have lost, but you know what? Screw it. Asuka is over on the main roster right now, so it was for the best. It was. So, all right. Moving on. Number 3. Because some people are wondering, what the hell beat that? What 3 shows beat that? I'll give you a hint. It's the 4-night extravaganza. It features people like Johnny Mundo, Ivelisse, Katrina, Killshot, Dante Fox, Phoenix, Marty the Moth, Martinez, Taya, Sexy Star. Anyways, the Reptile Tribe, the Mac, so many other awesome wrestlers, including Prince Puma and Pentagon Dark. If I had to show a fan a show outside of WWE, if I was to meet a jaded fan who was sick of WWE and needed something, a show to cleanse his palate, to give him an alternative to this is the show I would give to him. This is the show I think all wrestling fans should watch, because it is definitely one of the best shows this year. And that show I'm talking about is Lucha Underground. Ultima Lucha 3. My boys, this was the bomb. The bomb. It was amazing. All 4 nights. Killer. Especially night 1. Night 1 had one of the most brutal, one of the most heart-wrenching, scary, out-of-this-world matches I've seen in wrestling in a long time. Killshot versus Dante Fox. All I gotta say is Dante Fox's back will never be the same again. I'm tempted to show the photo of his back. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that, because some of you are eating right now, and I don't want to kill your appetite. Dante Fox's back will never be the same again. They killed in this match. It was beyond amazing. One of my favorite matches this year, absolutely, was that Hell of War match. My God, it was insane. But it wasn't the only great match on this season finale, on the 4-night extravaganza. Match 2. Night 2. Night 2, we saw Ivelisse take on Katrina, a match they set up at the beginning of season 3. Great match. We got blood. That's right. The women bled too. Ivelisse finally got her hands on Katrina and beat that ass. We saw a hair versus mask match between Phoenix and Marty the Moth Martinez, who scares the living piss out of me. There aren't a lot of wrestlers that terrify me. Marty scares me. Keep me away from Marty the Moth. Okay? Poor Melissa Santos was stalked all season by Marty the Moth Martinez. And she finally exercised her demons and got rid of him. Can I tell you guys a little secret? There was a side of me, and I never talked about this. There was a side of me during this whole build-up that thought about Melissa actually joining Marty the Moth. You know, her turning on Phoenix and joining Marty the Moth. That might have been too dark. That might have been a little too dark. They could have gone that direction. It's not out of the realm of them to do it, but, you know, they didn't, and I'm kind of happy they didn't. That would have been too dark. We saw Sexy Star beat Taya, and the last luchador standing. Trio Championship happened to be the Reptile Tribe, who are the tag team Trio Champions, taking on the Mac and two people that Dario Cueto chose. And the people that he chose were Killshot and Dante Fox after they killed each other on night one. They worked together to beat the Reptile Tribe and win the Trio Championships. Mac, Killshot, and Dante Fox are your new Trio Champions. Okay. And then we saw a steel cage match between El Dragon Azteca Jr. and Matanza, which was awesome. I think Black Lotus came in and helped Matanza beat El Dragon Azteca Jr. So we saw the return of Black Lotus. Can't wait to see where that leads going forward. I think Mil Muertes took on, we saw Mil Muertes taking on Jeremiah Crane and Cage and a vicious three-lay elimination gauntlet match. And when I say gauntlet match, it was for an actual gauntlet, the gauntlet of the gods. There was a part in the match where Jeremiah Crane got these shish kebab sticks and jammed them in the head of Cage, and then they stayed in his head, it stuck out of his head, and he was bleeding on top of his head. It was nasty. It was gruesome. It looked like it pierced his skull. It was nasty. Awesome match. Mil Muertes apparently got the gauntlet. Only for my homeboy, the Hunter, to come in and take the gauntlet away from him. Oh my God. It was cool. It was really cool. I look forward to seeing where that feud leads to next year. Again, we're getting season 4. We are getting season 4. So we got a lot of things to come. We'll have to see who returns. I think we're going to get everybody except for Ricochet and Sexy Star. I think Sexy Star and Ricochet are pretty much done. By the way, Ricochet is Prince Puma, who also had an awesome match with he had 2 awesome matches on his show. He had an amazing match with Johnny Mundo. Crazy match. He won the championship only for Pentagon Jr. or Pentagon Dark to cash in the Gift of the Gods and fight him in another career versus title match. And he loses to Pentagon Dark with the help of Vampiro. And Vampiro helps Pentagon Jr. capture World Championship. And then we have that amazing season finale video package highlighting what's to come next year. That highlight reel was amazing. But the one thing that we take away from that highlight reel was, my God, the councilman shooting Dario Cueto. He shot Dario Cueto, man. He shot Dario Cueto. Why? Dario's a bastard. I know, but he doesn't deserve to die. Come on, man. I hope he's alive. I will be pissed if Dario Cueto is dead. He better not be dead. He better not be dead. I'm not going to quit Lucha Underground, but I'm not going to be happy if we don't have Dario Cueto. That's El Jefe, man. That's El Jefe. Come on now. But, yeah, we saw other things too. We saw Daga beheading Pindar and Cobra Moon's chamber. That was nasty. We saw Sexy Star with a spider in her box. Let that be the end of that. We saw Prince Puma take off his mask. and leaving in the tempo. He's pretty much done. We saw another being. Apparently, there's someone else in the Dark Tribe that's being led by Vampiro and Pentagon Jr. And that guy apparently is the master of both Pentagon Jr. or Pentagon Dark and Vampiro. I can't remember what else happened. There was so much stuff that happened in that. That was a crazy, crazy show. Easily number 3. I had to put this over NXT Takeover Wargames. I love NXT Takeover Wargames, but this Lucha Underground Ultima Lucha Tres, easily one of the best shows this year. Might be best show of the year. Could have been if it wasn't for you know what. So moving on to number 2. You already know what show we have to talk about. You already know what kicked off the year, and everybody said this is going to be show of the year. And by the end of it, didn't quite win show of the year for me, but definitely is one of the shows of the year. Number 2, Wrestle Kingdom 11 from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Top to bottom, one of the best shows I've ever seen. Loved this show. This is the show that made me. Now, I've been keeping up with New Japan for a while. I wasn't a hardcore fan of it when I was watching it with Preston. I saw Wrestle Kingdom 9 and 10, and I was like, oh my God, this show's awesome. This show's awesome. Wasn't a hardcore fan. I wasn't. I was just kind of a casual viewer, just checking it out. This is a show that made me a fan. I haven't missed a single New Japan show since this show. This show was so awesome. I became a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan. My God. My freaking God. I'm not going to talk about everything. Just going to talk about a few matches. We saw, once again, the Young Bucks taking on Roppongi Vice. They lost the tag team titles in this match, the junior heavyweight tag team titles. They would go on to get them back later on this year, but they lost them here. We saw matches between the Bullet Club, Chaos, and Los Ingobernables. We saw American Nightmare, Cody, not Cody Rhodes, but Cody taking on Juice Robinson. That was a good match. We saw Kyle O'Reilly take on Adam Cole. I'm sorry. I gotta do it right. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. Let me do it the right way. Adam Cole, baby! We saw those two come in and do, it wasn't as good as their ROH match, but it was a decent match. I felt like their match at Final Battle 2016 was a lot better, but this was decent. I'm not going to hate on it. We also saw matches between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. Wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back it up. We'll get to that in just a second. We got to talk about Naito versus Tanahashi. Amazing Intercontinental Championship match. I felt their match at Dominion was better, but this was an amazing match. We see Shibata taking on Goto for the Never Openweight Championship. And a shocking win. Goto beat Shibata. I did not think he was going to beat Shibata. Shibata, I will say this right now. Shibata was my guy. He was my guy after this match. I was like, this man better go after that World Championship and he better beat Okada's ass. That didn't happen. It didn't happen. But we'll talk about that match later on this week. I promise you we'll talk about that. And I think we saw Kushida take on Takahashi for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. And then, of course, Takahashi won that match. All right. Here we go. The classic. What people are calling Match of the Year. The first confrontation between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega in the main event. One of the absolute best matches I've seen this year, period. The match that broke the scale on Dave Meltzer's star rating. The match that made people from WWE, from ROH, from TNA, from all over the world take notice. This was the match that let people know that New Japan Pro Wrestling is a company to take seriously. And we are coming to take over. And since this match happened, New Japan Pro Wrestling has seen so much success this year. It's ridiculous. I don't think, I'm going to be real with you, I don't think they've garnered, they never garnered the amount of money they made this year ever. This is the most successful year they've had in a long time. And I'm proud of them. I'm happy that a wrestling promotion actually managed to put themselves on the map. And it's so good. It's so good to actually have an alternative to WWE. We have Lucha Underground. We have NXT. But I really do believe New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially by the end of 2018, it will be the real alternative to WWE. And it's matches like Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada that make it that alternative. This was a classic. One of the best matches I've ever seen. Amazing. Back and forth. It revolved around Kenny Omega trying to hit the one-winged angel, which he never freaking ever hit. Never hit. He never hit it. And he lost. And that is the story of their feud. It was revolving around one move that Kenny Omega just could not hit. And when he finally did, he got the result that he wanted. But it wasn't in this match. Okada retained in a classic. Easily one of the best matches I've seen. And those of you asking me about Shibata wrestling again, I have no idea. He appeared at one of the New Japan shows. I don't remember what show it was. Was it G1 Climax? I'm not too sure. He appeared at one of the shows, and he came out. He took a bump. But I don't think they're going to let him wrestle. I don't think they will. You're asking me why. He cracked his goddamn skull. I'll talk more about that later. Let's finish this up. So, we've talked about NXT. We talked about Lucha Underground. We talked about PWG. We talked about the UK tournament. We talked about Wrestle Kingdom. What the hell is number one? These are all amazing shows. All of them. Like, what show could possibly be the absolute best show in wrestling this year? Number one, without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, well, I'm here to show you guys that the wrestling show of the year is a show that I believe broke barriers. It's a show that I believe is going to be seen as a show that, in my opinion, shifted the guard. It was a shift for a lot of people. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was, wait for it, it was the Mae Young Classic. I'm out. Peace, deuces, bitches. Okay, no, I'm joking. It wasn't the Mae Young Classic. Stop. I was kidding. It was not the Mae Young Classic. Hey, take it easy. Calm down. Hey, calm down. Jesus, it was a joke. God, you know what the best show was. Come on now, it was the G1 Climax. Jesus. Yeah, number one easily was the G1 Climax. And to be fair, I gotta admit, this is the very first and only G1 Climax that I've ever seen. Like, literally from day one all the way through. This is the best G1 Climax I've seen. Oh my God, this isn't covering up the screen. Hold on for a minute. Let me get a different photo for this. Sorry, guys. As I look for a different photo, I am happy I saw the G1 Climax. Now, I'll be real with you. G1 Climax, I'm very scared to watch because of its length. It is a long tournament. And when I say long, when did it start? Because I have the dates right here. Hold on for a minute. So this tournament started It started all the way back in July, I think. And it ended because it started on, I think, July 17th. That's my birthday, by the way. Wow. Somewhere around there, July 17th. And then it ended in the middle of August. So a month. It went a month. Long, long time. And those of you guys are asking, which show, like which G1 Climax. Do I have to pick a show? They were all good. Okay, if I have to give you a show, the finals. The finals, if I have to give you a show. But honestly, no. Here's what I'm going to do when it comes to G1 Climax. I'm going to give you, like PWG, like Lucha Underground, I'm going to give you top 10 match recommendations to check out, of course. But the entire thing, especially the finals, show of the year. Show of the year. Abso-freaking-lutely. As soon as I can find me a goddamn cover. I'm trying to find a cover here for this thing. But yeah, I loved every single minute of this tournament. I thought overall, it just furthered my fandom for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think a lot of people are thinking I'm this kind of hardcore internet fan. You're an internet fan now. You just like these shows because they're not WWE. No. I've grown sour of WWE this year, and trust me, I have a reason to not be all that excited. Trust me. But with that said, it's kind of hard not. It's actually pretty cool. I'll go with this. It's kind of hard not to say this isn't show of the year because it has so many awesome freaking matches, man. Like again, when I go through the list, you'll understand what I'm saying here. As soon as I can get this goddamn photo up. Thank you. There it is. Photo's up. Okay. But yeah, man, it's one of those things to me where you had so many feuds, so many matches, so many first-time encounters going into this. It's kind of hard to pick exactly. It's kind of hard to pick exactly which one stood out the most. So, honestly, if you're going to watch this tournament, if you haven't seen the tournament, don't watch the entire thing. Just watch these matches. I'm going to give you the date. I'm going to give you the matches, the match names, and I'm going to just let you have fun with it. So here are my top 11 match recommendations. Not 10, because like Nostalgia Critic says, I like to go one step beyond. I like to go one step beyond. Top 11 match recommendations. So, on July 17th, 2 matches. Tomohiro Ishii taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito. Check out both of those matches. You're going to hear Kota Ibushi a lot on this list. On July 21st, Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. On July 23rd, Kota Ibushi versus Tomohiro Ishii. On July, July, this is the last one, July 29th, Tetsuya Naito versus Tomohiro Ishii. I think for the most part, that's all the ones in July. Going into August, Kota Ibushi, there he is again, versus Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling. August 4th, Tetsuya Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. Please find that match. Go out of your way to find the August 4th match. Also, Okada versus Suzuki. Go out of your way to find that match. So Kazuchika Okada versus Himuro Suzuki on August 8th. Find that match tonight if you have to. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tetsuya Naito, August 11th. Again, a feud that was built up throughout the year. You know that these guys had an awesome match. Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada, number 3. The third match of the series took place on this tournament, on August 12th. Just as good as the last 2. Finally, by the way, Omega got his win. Finally. Go see this match. And if you don't watch any of those matches, you have to see the finals. You have to see Kenny Omega versus Tetsuya Naito. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, Holy Ghost. Oh, Holy Ghost. Oh my goodness. You got to see that main event. That finals. Ooh, one of the best matches I've seen. You will hear about this match in my list. I promise you when I do top matches of the year. But I think those are all the match recommendations I can recommend from this tournament. Yeah, G1 Climax to me is the show of the year. And that's going to do it. That, my friends, is my list for top 10 shows of the year. So, live chat, help me out. Help me out with your thoughts on my list. And what is your best show of the year? Let's go to the live chat. Live chat, this is your time now. I'm here to talk to you. Read your comments. What is the best show of the year for you? And those of you watching me afterwards, give me your thoughts on show of the year. Let's see here. Awesome Kid, 254. G1 Climax 27 might have been the best G1 Climax ever. Yeah, I agree, man. Easily. To me, show of the year. Ultra Shadow says, didn't watch G1 Climax. Not a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's not for everybody. I'm not going to hate on you for that. Nick Smith says, Wrestle Kingdom 11, hands down, is his show of the year. Awesome. Ultra Shadow says, Ultima Lucha Threads is hands down his show of the year. I completely understand. KJ says, the Royal Rumble 2017? I mean, they had AJ Styles and John Cena, so I guess that was show of the year for you. Let's see here. Wrestle Kingdom 11 for Travis Dutton. Let's see. Jabez? I guess I got that right. Jabez says Ultima Lucha Threads is his show of the year. Okay. Let's see. Who else we got here? Sony Ken? Yeah, Sony Ken says Wrestle Kingdom 11 and G1 are pretty much tied for show of the year for him. Super 57S says, I think the best wrestling show is the G1 Climax. Cool. For Martin, Battle of Los Angeles. Okay, cool. Again, it was on the list. It was great. No NXT shows? Really? I haven't heard an NXT show yet. Wow. I guess Lucha Underground and New Japan Pro Wrestling beat out NXT. Kind of shocked that nobody. Yeah. Oh, I got your name right, Jabez? Awesome. Let's see here. Nobody's saying NXT right now. That's kind of disappointing. KJ, you can't change it. No, sorry, man. You can't change the NXT. Sonny Ken says the best NXT takeover was Brooklyn 3. I think War Games. I think War Games was the best one. Honestly, I thought Chicago was better than Brooklyn. It's War Games, Chicago, and then Brooklyn. Let's see here. I really liked Chicago though. Super 57S said that. Cool. Oh no. We got Donald Trump. We got Donald Trump. You got Donald Trump here in the live chat. What do we do? What do we do? I'm just joking. We know you're just messing around, man. Let's see. NXT War Games was the NXT pay-per-view of the year. Oh, nice. So this is The Beat Jr. Okay. Was it your favorite? Was it your show of the year? The Beat Jr. Let me know about that. Did you hear about the Lorenzen Wright case? I did not hear about that. Let's see here. Oh no. I don't know much about that. You're gonna have to update me. Couple more comments. I'm having fun. What the hell? Let's see here. Kalisto got a bottle thrown at him tonight? Oh, on 205 Live? What happened? Someone tell me about that story. What happened? What happened here? Y'all don't give Donald Trump a hard time in the live chat. Don't give him a hard time. Guys, he's just trying to make America great again. Anyways, yeah, what happened with Kalisto? Someone said someone threw a water bottle at him during the show. Wow. What happened? I want to know what happened. Seriously. Okay. Kalisto was down and a fan threw a bottle. He threw a bottle at him. Okay. He threw a bottle at Kalisto. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Kalisto. They made him into a joke, man. That's sad. That's sad. All right. All right, guys. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We got tomorrow, top 10 best matches of the year. It will be sometime after NXT. We got top 10 female wrestlers, and then top 10 wrestlers, and then, of course, Saturday is the Wrestling Awards. Yeah, so tune into that. Can't wait to see you guys there. Thank you guys for being awesome. And as always, if you want more, like the video, comment, share, subscribe, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, check out everything down below in the description box. I'm getting out of here. This has gone on long enough. This is your boy, Alyx signing off right here. And your boy, Alyx Man's World. Peace.